today's society, basketball is one of the most popular sports that we have around. Millions and millions of people play the game every day, and even more people watch it. That is why today in my demonstration speech, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to shoot a basketball using the acronym BEEF. I've played basketball close to my whole life, and I've worked on shooting for many, many years. So I can testify to this method working. I can testify to the long process it takes to become a better shooter, but these methods that I'm going to teach you will work. As I stated, basketball is a huge part of our society. That's the reason I'm teaching this to you, is because basketball is a very fun sport to play. It's a good source of exercise. You can really have a lot of fun with it. So let's get started. So we're going to start by using the first letter, B, which stands for balance. So what I mean by balance is when we shoot a basketball, we need to have a good foundation with our body. What a lot of coaches will teach is to keep your feet about shoulder width apart. That's about the proper distance you want to have. If you're too narrow like this, or if your feet are too wide apart like this, what'll end up happening is you could be off balance. When you're off balance and then you would go to shoot, that's going to mess up your shot. It's going to make you miss to the left or to the right, or a number of other things could happen. So by keeping a good, even, solid foundation, we can stay balanced as we get into our shot. Next, let's move on to E, which stands for elbow. So by this, what we're talking about is when we go to shoot, we want to keep our elbow in close to our body. A common mistake that a lot of players will make is they'll stick their elbow out like this, and we get a crooked angle like this. What ends up happening here is then when the student goes, or the player goes to shoot, the ball's going to come to the side. He's going to shoot it off to the side like this, or maybe off to the side like this. So we're going to be missing to the side. We're not going to go straight onto the basket. So by keeping the ball and our elbow in close to our body, when we go up to shoot, we're keeping a straight line here, and we're going to shoot the ball straight forward. That's what we're going for. For the second E, this is talking about our eyes. One of the most important things in shooting is where we're looking. So if you're not looking directly at the basket, the ball isn't going to go there. So wherever we're looking, that's where the ball is going to go. So a lot of coaches would say just to keep your eyes focused on like the front part of the rim, depending on where you're standing on the court, and that works. Other coaches will say to focus on like the front part of the net that you're looking at, which would be like 3 triangles, and just pick those and focus on those. That'll help you focus in on the target and help the ball go where you want it to. To end the acronym, we have F. This stands for follow through. This might be the last part of the shot, but it is just as important as everything else. So when we go to shoot, and after we let the ball go, what we want to do is we want to hold our follow through. This is our follow through right here. So what this does is this allows us to make sure that we're using proper mechanics. As people learn to shoot, sometimes you're going to have issues. Your shot's going to mess up. Something's going to change. It's just natural. So when this happens, it's crucial that you figure out a way to fix it. So one of the best ways to fix it is to follow through. So by following through, we can check our form, we can make sure everything's going right, we can make sure we're keeping our elbow in close to the basket, we can make sure that we're flicking our wrists right, getting good rotation on the ball, we can make sure our eyes are focused on the rim, we have good balance. If we do all of these things, it'll help our shot to become more smooth. It'll simplify the motions and make it much more consistent. I hope that you have found all this information I've given to you today to be helpful, so that when you go through shooting, or you know anyone who does, you have a video that you can refer to that might be a help. So today we've gone through these mechanics. As I stated earlier, I've spent many, many years shooting. I can testify to everything I've said today. I've had lots of issues with my shot, and I've had to make the necessary changes in order to fix it. It can be frustrating, it can be a hard process, but by following these 4 simple steps, you can help yourself to get through these slumps and help yourself become a better shooter. I thank you for your attention today. Thank you very much.